Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here today. We're going to be checking out another fixed blade knife. It's another buck knife, and this bad boy it's a beast. It's the Buck 653 Nighthawk Tanto. And when I say this thing's a beast, it just means that it's a heavy duty knife. This is the kind of knife that you want when you're out in the bush, and especially if you were lost out in the bush or stranded out in the bush. This bad boy would take care of a lot of work. You can see it's got a nice thick blade on it, and it's a heavy duty knife. So let's look at some of the goods on this knife. It has a blade of 5.5 inches. Overall, it's 10.5 inches long. The steel on it, again, Buck likes their 420 HC steel, so it has the 420 HC. And you can see it's partially serrated. And it has the black oxide coating on it, which is supposed to help cut down on rust and that. So again, it would be a good knife for outdoors. The weight on this thing is the big thing. It's 10.3 ounces. For the knife alone, it's 12.5 ounces in the sheath. And the handle on this is a Zytel ST801, kind of a rubber compound on there. You can see it has good grip on it, and it has Alcrin insets. And I didn't look up what the insets were, but this is a full tang knife as well. And then the sheath on it is a Cordura sheath. So it's like the nylon, and then you have the plastic insert inside there to keep the blade from slicing it up. And pretty basic belt loop, and then your restraining strap on there. And you got the nice Buck emblem on there and Buck on here. So this is quite a knife. This is the kind of knife you can take out in the bush. Be a great camping knife. You can chop, slice, baton wood with this thing, cut branches off of trees. I'm pretty sure you could even open tin cans with this thing. Again, it's so thick that it would pierce a can, and you don't have to worry about the tip breaking off because it's quite a thick tip on this. In fact, I'm sure if you were hacking branches and stuff like that, your arm is going to wear out way before any damage it could be done to this knife. So yeah, it's a heavy duty knife. And then, like I say, the grip on this is a pretty good grip on there, so it's easy to hang on to. And that's what I like about this. First off, I like the aesthetics. It's a good looking knife. I don't know if you consider it a tactical knife so much. Maybe if you had a Kydex sheath that you could wear in different ways, it would be more tactical. But then again, it's a heavy knife, so I don't know if you'd want this as your tactical knife, because it's a lot of weight to be lugging around. You'd notice this after a while. But it's got nice aesthetics on it. Looks good. The grip is very comfortable. You can see you got finger indents and the finger grooves, and so it fits in quite well. It's got lots of room for a big hand, as you can see. My medium hand doesn't take up all the room on this. And one of the things that I really like is this thumb rest. Comes up in a bit of a rise here and thumb ramp, and just gives you a nice purchase with your thumb. It really makes the ergonomics on this quite nice because you get that good solid purchase. So if you were hacking or slashing and that, you've got a good purchase. Your thumb's not going anywhere. You can see it's got the bumps on it there so that you get good purchase with your thumb. And it sits in the sheath really well too, so it doesn't make a lot of noise. I wouldn't necessarily use this as a hunting knife, but if you decided to, it's quiet in the sheath, so it doesn't make noise going through the bush. But again, it's heavy and not really designed for hunting. It's more, I would say, more of a camp knife that you would use around the campsite and do different chores and errands around the campsite. The only kind of dislike I might say about it is that it is a heavy knife. But that does come in handy if you're chopping branches and chopping wood and the batoning of wood. It makes the job all that much easier. So yeah, it's a really nice knife. I really like how it fits in the hand good, and you get a really good purchase on it. Let's see what it has for sharpness. This is my son's knife, so I'm not sure what he's done with it and how sharp it actually is, but we'll see if it can cut. Looks like it might need some sharpening. How about try the serrated portion? That's not working very well either. So yeah, I might have to take this over the sharpening stone. Oh, there we go. It does cut. Just takes a little bit of effort. Try the nylon cord. Oh, it wants to run up the blade. See if we can do anything on the serrated part. There, it cuts through. The serrated cuts through. And we'll try the old zip tie and see if that does anything. We'll try that on the serrated part. Yep. So the serrated part has a bit of sharpness to it. I don't think it's going to cut paper though. And not quite. Yeah, I might have to run that over the sharpening stone there for my son, but once you get it sharp, I'm sure it'll cut nicely. And it's just a good knife. You could use that for slicing and whatnot, cutting ropes. Be good for that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think more designed for the camp use, and I think it would be a really good camp knife. And these ones, I don't know if you can see it. I'll try and get it up there. It's my lighting isn't quite right. It has a buck 653 with an upside down U. And the upside down U apparently, well, it's USA as well, but the upside down U apparently means it was 1997 model. So that's when this came out. So it's quite an older knife that Buck has on the... I don't think you can even get them anymore. I think they're discontinued, but Buck made these back in 97 and whatnot, and they're good knife. I forgot to mention you got the plastic here on the Zytel and that as well. So yeah, it's a very comfortable knife to hang on to and to hold. And they are made in the USA, and Buck knives are quite a reliable knife. you can count on buck. At least my experience with buck knives, they've been very reliable, and you can count on them. So that is the Buck 653 Nighthawk Tanto. You can find these online if anybody's interested, but it's mostly eBay and places like that, used knife dealers and stuff like that, where you find these. And I've seen them range anywhere from $40 to $80 for them. So yeah, the Buck 653 Nighthawk Tanto. A great camp knife, real workhorse around the campsite, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't let you down if you needed it there. So that is it for this review. Thank you for joining me. Hit the like and subscribe button, and be sure to leave a comment. I'll be doing another review in a couple days, but until then, you stay safe and stay sharp.